Warning, the Stone Age Gamer includes a lot of bad language. Cover your mother ears.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Stone Age Gamer Podcast live at Long Island Retro. I am Kris Randazzo and joining me as always is Little Rainbow of Doom, Dan Ryan.
I like that one this week. That's good.
Today we are hosting a panel to discuss who is the best publisher on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now we have a few ground rules, but we'll get to them in a minute. And is anything worse than LJN? Can Konami take down the mighty Nintendo? Don't blow into your cartridges too hard, because the Stone Age Gamer Podcast starts now. And this is where we play our theme song.
That's right. Which we will now do for you live in a Gregorian chant rendition. Like the big mouth noise.
I'm sure Banjo Guy would love to hear it.
I'm sure he would.
Yeah, I bet he would.
Banjo Guy Alley would love us butchering his version of our song.
Hello everyone, this is episode 424. It is the week of August 19th, 2022, and we are live at Long Island Retro. We have a somewhat limited amount of time here, so we're going to skip our usual routine of BSing for an hour.
an hour and a half.
Topic at hand. We're going to get right down to business. So we have in front of us on my laptop here a list of every game published for the NES and the names of the publishers who brought them to market. Note that we said publisher, not developer. So Electronic Arts doesn't get credit for Skate or Die, Capcom doesn't get credit for Mega Man 6, and so on. The rule here is in order to qualify for the list, the publisher had to have been responsible for at least 5 games. We will then weigh in the quality and quantity of their libraries and rank them all. So without further ado, let us get to work.
I'm glad we have rules. I didn't know what they were. I was just going to do whatever we were going to do when we showed up. So,
well, here we are, and
cool.
The first one on the list, we're talking about American publishers. We're also Konami and Ultra Games do not count as one entity. If they get to cheat around the whole, you only make so many games for NES under one label, then that cuts both ways. So Konami and Ultra will be judged separately. So first on the list, we have Absolute Entertainment, had published 5. All right, so they make the cut. They are responsible for Alex Demio's Race America, Battle Tank, A Boy and His Blob, Trouble on Bologna. All right, that's a good one. Bologna, not Bologna.
You said Bologna, which is a very, very different game.
Very different
That
game.
was the sequel. It's very meaty.
Space Shuttle
meaty
Project.
Sequel?
And
All right.
It's fine. My Bologna had a first name.
It's BLOB. Go ahead.
Anyway, and Star Trek The Next Generation. So the NES Star Trek The Next Generation game, I mean, obviously they're in first place so far. Nobody's beaten them so far, so...
No, I mean, that's where they are, right? Like, they have to be first. The A Boy and His Blob is good, but, like...
It's not be-all and
Yeah.
all, so... All right, good times. Next up, we have Acclaim. Now we get some serious stuff here. Acclaim published a metric ton of games on the platform. Oh my god. Alright, so let's see. I'm not going to read all of them because that would be insane, but let's see. They did the Arch Rivals, the Bigfoot game. Let's see. Oh, they did Double Dragon 2 and 3.
That's pretty big.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Iron Sword Wizards and Warriors 2. I think they published all 3 of the Wizards and Warriors games.
Narc? How are you going to skip right over Narc?
Yeah, the NES port of Narc's not great.
No, but it's still Narc. That game's awesome.
Fair enough.
It's so ridiculous.
I see. I'm going to count these ones against them. Bart vs. the Space Mutants.
Sure, I mean, those are not good.
I hate that game.
They're not
Bart,
great.
Not a big fan. Smash TV had a decent NES port.
Yeah.
Tiger Heli was fun. Trog. Winter Games. Oof, that was not good. And Wizard Warriors 1 and 3. And WWF WrestleMania.
I mean, they absolutely have to go above.
Yeah,
I've literally already forgotten the name
Absolute.
of the first publisher.
They beat Absolute.
Okay, they beat Absolute.
Absolutely. Claim.
They beat Absolute, absolutely.
I'm hilarious.
You are.
You know this about me. All right. So, next up. This is going to get more interesting the further we get into it. Because right now, there's no real ranking going on. We're just listing things.
Yeah.
So, after Acclaim comes Activision. We were just talking about Activision beforehand. Activision were like the best on Atari. By the time they hit Nintendo, no. We're looking at Archon, Adventures of Rad Gravity, Super Pitfall, one of the worst games on the platform. Three Stooges is another not good game.
those Ghostbusters games that I want to like way more than I do. Like, they're not great.
No.
Right? They're okay. They're okay. It's certainly better than Absolute Entertainment, like, for sure, but does not top Acclaim.
So I think
right?
Activision goes under Acclaim, above Absolute.
Yes.
How do we feel so far? Do we agree so far? Have we said anything terribly wrong? All right, cool. Feel free to jump in. If we make a terrible mistake, you're like, no! That game was amazing.
I will die on the hill that Ghostbusters 2 is the best NES game ever made. Like, please feel free.
All right, let's see. This lists Sammy as American Sammy. So what the heck? While we're here, this is not spectacular. Twin Cobra, Amagon. Vice Project Doom's pretty decent though.
Yeah,
but out of like everything else, Ninja Crusaders, Might and Magic Book 1, that wasn't a great NES game, I don't think. I don't know.
Below Acclaim, but above Absolute. That feels right.
Do they have anything that tops a boy in his blob?
I mean, probably
Vice Project
Doom.
All right, that's fair.
Because Boy in his blob is like it's cool, but it's not good.
I couldn't figure out how to play that game.
Right, like when you're a kid and you're trying to figure out a Boy in his blob.
I was an adult when I couldn't.
Even as an adult, all right, that's fair. Like, that game is just so obtuse. Like, it's so hard to figure.
Jelly beans do, yeah.
And like, I don't need a game to hold my hand necessarily, but a little bit of direction would have been fine. Like, I can make a hole. Okay, cool. But you can also beat the game in like 6 seconds. I'm just going to go left and shoot off on a rocket and we're great. It's a weird game, man.
It really is. By David Crane, though.
Yeah, well,
Pitfall guy.
Yeah.
Atlas, just barely missing the mark. Atlas only published 4 titles for the NES. And one of them was Widget the World Watcher.
Oh, goodness.
All right, let's see. Bandai appears to be next. Bandai's got a pretty decent selection here. Let's see. The Adventures of Gilligan's Island. There was a Gilligan's Island NES game.
That's weird. That's weird, right?
20 years after the show.
I was going to, I don't...
That game, that our property was old back then.
Yeah.
That's bananas.
What was the point of the game? To get off the island?
I mean, I hope so.
Maybe it was for them to figure out how to tie Gilligan up so we stopped screwing up all.
There you go.
You're the skipper, and you've got to stop Gilligan.
There's a really dope idea for like a survival horror adventure, Gilligan's Island game in there somewhere, like a really twisted version of that I would like to make one day, except I don't know how to do any of that other than just say things.
This is looking really bad for these guys. We've got Dick Tracy for NES.
How dare you?
I mean, Dig Dug 2 is pretty good, but like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde's one of the worst games I've ever played.
Yeah, that game's real bad.
It's got that terrible Dragon Ball localization, Dragon Power.
That game's real bad, yeah.
Dino Wars has really good box art. I know that about it. Galaga's a pretty decent... Muscle, based on little Muscleman figures.
Yeah.
That game's awful.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That game is atrocious.
Yeah. Monster Party's cool, though.
Yeah, it's weird, but Monster Party. I thought that was Human Entertainment. Learn something new every day.
The Rocketeers, not as good as I wanted it to be.
Yeah, but it wasn't terrible.
But it's not terrible.
Crusaders, Zevious, okay, well...
Street Cop.
Yeah, that was a Power Pad game.
As opposed to like Air Cop and Building Cop and Bridge Cop, Mall Cop. Like, this is Street Cop. Yeah, of course he is.
He just cops the streets. Okay, so Bandai, where are we putting it?
Above American Sammy, but below Acclaim? Does that feel right?
Okay, yeah.
And to balance this out, we need a 5 worst.
Well, we'll
get there when we're all done.
Well, we're just gonna do. We're ranking all of them, so we're gonna find. There's gonna be some real schlock in here.
Yeah.
Why do I have Acclaim written twice? What did I miss?
You didn't miss anything.
I have Acclaim written twice.
You're good.
I must. All right, let's see.
No, you got Acclaim, Activision.
Activision, that's what I was missing.
Oh, Activision's at the top. Right? Not for very long.
No, definitely not.
But
I thought Acclaim was at the top. Yeah, Acclaim did more good stuff than Activision.
Well, I don't... It's your list.
Does anyone remember what we said 4 minutes ago? Because we don't. I think it's Acclaim at the top. Because Acclaim had Double Dragon 2 and 3.
Yeah, okay.
Warriors. And then this one was Activision. I just wrote...
I like that you've written Acclaim 6 times and erased it when you simply could have just written Activision once.
Look, buddy.
It's way better that way.
Okay, Broderbund. I like these
Clearly,
guys.
then the top 5 are.
Yeah, the top 5 are acclaimed. I don't know. That's a wrestling thing. They do this.
That's it. Podcast over. See. All right, I like this one, Broderbund. I love these guys.
Yeah, these guys. I'll tell you right now.
This is number one.
Yeah.
This is beating everybody right now because we've got Guardian Legend, we've got Legacy of the Wizard, Battle of Olympus, Spelunker. Right on Bungling Bay is decent. Lode Runner's decent.
Sure.
Deadly Towers is not decent, but
Guardian Legend.
Yeah,
Guardian Legend and Legacy of the Wizard, above, those are the best games that we've talked about so
those two
far.
Alone. So,
in my opinion, right?
I heartily agree. So I think
Okay.
Broderbund goes above.
Yes.
BRDND. It's a fun name to say. All right, next up. Bulletproof Software doesn't work. Ooh, here's a big one. Capcom.
So, right, when I was thinking about this last night as I was laying in bed, thinking of you, as I often do, no, I'm just being honest. This is an honest show. I share. Whatever. She's cool with it. It's my kid who's saying that too, so it's fine. It's her mother that she's talking about. What? No, you. It's the other kid. So I was thinking about this last night. This is a long way of me getting to the point. I just wanted you to have a drink break, honestly.
Thank you.
I'm here for you. This has got to be in consideration for one of the very top spots. And I was trying to remember. I didn't go back and do the research because I'm a lazy POS. But we did early in the history of the show. We ranked Konami against Capcom.
Yeah.
And I think Konami won. It was episode 3. We're talking 480 episodes ago.
Yeah, it was a long time.
It was a long time ago. So I'm curious to see if that's still going to hold up, if our sensibilities have changed, or
if that was.
I don't remember.
You guys ranked Konami and Capcom through the whole year.
Yeah, platform to platform. It was weird. So
just NES. I mean, Capcom's ridiculous. The 1942 port was terrible. 1943 was great.
Yeah.
Talking all the Disney stuff, Rescue Rangers, DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, Mega Man 1 through 5, because Nintendo gets credit for 6.
Yeah.
Mighty
G.I. Joe.
Fight, Strider.
That G.I. Joe game's dope. I like that game.
Boy, oh boy.
All the Mega Man titles are except for 6, but
Strider's solid.
Strider is solid.
Gargoyle's Quest 2.
I really like Legendary Wings.
Yeah, that's another
Legendary Wings
good
is
one.
cool.
Commando,
Little Dreamo the Neem Master.
Yep.
That one, great game.
Nailed it.
Little Nemo the Dream Master. That game, we did that 3 years ago for our summer, our summer series.
Easily
I
beats.
still have never beat that game.
Easily hits the top spot.
Yeah, without question.
Without
right?
question. No, there hasn't had any real serious contenders yet. Even Broderbund's, the number of good games for Broderbund is great, percentage-wise. Is that a Rez shirt?
Yes, it is.
Fantastic.
That's dope.
Nice.
All right.
Broderbund is awesome.
Broderbund is awesome.
Broderbund's great, but as we're ranking here between Capcom on the NES and Broderbund,
It's
Capcom
gotta go
has to be
Capcom.
above
Just
it,
sheer
right?
numbers of quality titles.
Yeah.
All right, the next one looks like Sony ImageSoft only had 3, so they don't make the cut. So Culture Brain is up next.
Okay.
Where does Culture Brain fit? The magic of Scheherazade, Kung Fu Heroes, Little Ninja Brothers, Flying Warriors, Flying Dragon, and Baseball Simulator 1000.
Baseball Simulator 1000 is strong.
All right,
When
they're
did
not
we do?
beating Capcom, and
No.
they don't beat Broderbund. Do they beat Acclaim?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love Wizards and Warriors, but
I
think
do
you're-
too,
I think you're
but-
probably right. Yeah, you're right.
Magic of Scheherazade is really underrated. Did we
Probably
play that for the
both-
summer series?
No, we didn't. I couldn't spell it.
I couldn't spell it, so we didn't do it. That's fair. That seemed, that's us. That tracks.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel confident with that. Next
Okay.
up is another big one, Data East. A lot of games, not a ton of quality.
No, because we went back a couple of years ago and played through Karnov.
Yeah.
And I remember loving Karnov as a kid, and then playing it as an adult, being like, "Oh, this isn't actually good, like at all."
Did not care for it. Karate
And-
Champ was a shadow of its arcade counterpart.
Burger Time's good.
Yeah, Burger Time's solid.
Cobra Command is good.
Bad Dudes is memorable.
Bad Dudes is Bad Dudes.
Yeah, it is. I did like Alan Jr.'s Turbo Racing, but as far as NES racing games go, it's not like cream of the crop. But I did like that game. I didn't hate that one.
I like Rampage.
Yeah, Rampage was solid. It was missing Ralph, but
I like Ring King. Ring King, I thought was a pretty dope game.
It was okay. Tag team wrestling got a thumbs down for me then.
Yeah, tag team. Not my that werewolf. Like, I really like the Werewolf the Last Warrior game. I feel like I might be the only one. Like anybody else, Werewolf the Last Warrior?
Big fans.
Is that just me?
It's just him. All right.
Just you.
Just me. All right, that's fair. That's cool. It's got a really cool like transformation thing. I think. I don't know. I'm old. I forget. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to work my way from the bottom.
Okay.
They beat Absolute, I think.
Beat Absolute.
Did they beat Sammy?
Yeah, I think so.
Did they beat Bandai?
Yeah, I think so.
Activision?
No.
No, Activision was really.
They
you know what?
didn't have
I honestly don't understand like how Activision got so popular because in like the NES and the Super Nintendo and PS1 era, they were like practically
They were
irrelevant.
garbage.
Yeah.
They were amazing on Atari, and then they fell off.
Atari, they were big.
And then they were
the
garbage.
crop. They were the first third-party publisher, but
Yeah,
and then they really
what
fell
were-
off.
Yeah, what were they doing in the Super Nintendo era? Taking in
Almost
Shooter
nothing.
Shooter
Yeah.
and putting a 2 Unlimited soundtrack in it.
They were not doing much. All right, well, in that case, I'm going to say they don't beat Acclaim because Acclaim has Double Dragon 2 and 3 and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
I do
fair.
think they beat Activision.
Okay,
so Data
that's
East
fair.
goes there. All right, so we're at top to bottom. Capcom, Brotobun, Culture Brain, Acclaim, Data East, Activision, Bandai, American Sammy, and last currently, Absolute Entertainment. All right, what's next?
Yeah. That's bad. Bad
Electro
stuff.
Brain. Electro Brain makes the cut with 5. Oh boy. Eliminator Boat Duel, Best of the Best Karate Champ. Ghoul School, Puss in Boots, Perro's Great Adventure.
That's a good game.
Is it?
Is it?
It's I wouldn't say great. It's okay.
Is it?
Okay.
We're going to rely on the audience for this one. Is it better than anything Absolute Entertainment did?
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
All right, there it is.
It's got to move up.
I think that's as high as I can go. I think Sammy had some stuff that I genuinely care about, but I think we can do is this Electro Brain.
Yeah.
All right, next up, who's after Electro Brain? Electronic Arts doesn't make the cut because they only have
No.
2 games. For
Enix,
anybody
same
who
thing.
came up late, you have to have published at least 5 titles to make the list. So EA is out. Enix is actually out. The only games Enix published were Dragon Warrior 2, 3, and 4. That was it.
Yeah.
What happened to Dragon Warrior 1?
Nintendo published it.
They published, yeah.
So FCI is next.
Ooh, what is FCI?
I liked Magmax and Seacross. My local rental store had those, and I liked those games. And Lunar Pool is great. Hydlide is terrible.
It's terrible.
Hydlide is absolutely
Four
trash.
is good. I like the ultimate.
I
I
like
heard
the
all
cover
games were
art
good.
for Hydlide. I always thought that was
Zanuck.
cool.
Zanuck's a real game changer there. Zanuck is a really
Zanuck is
outstanding
good.
shooter on the NES.
Is Dr. Chaos any good? Am I remembering that?
I feel like that's like a bad Castlevania ripoff.
Is it?
If I'm remembering correctly.
Oh, God.
See, all right. So Magmax and Seacross were really dated when they came out, but they were still pretty fun.
Sure.
We've got some audience participation on the Ultimate games as being good.
Yeah. I mean, that.
And then Zanuck is really
Solid.
Yeah.
We're better on PC, but
yeah, obviously. The same with Bard's Tale, I would assume. All right, so FCI. Where are we putting FCI? I feel like they got to beat Activision.
For sure.
They're below Broderbund because they're kind of like similar, like lots of ports of Western computer games.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Better than Culture Brain, though.
I mean,
I feel like they're kind of even.
And see, again, I got to go with Acclaim. Like, would I consider anything there better than what Acclaim had brought to the table? Because Acclaim, again, with they published those the Double Dragon 2 and 3, and
Yeah.
they published those Warriors games. I think they beat Data East. I think they do.
Yeah, I would say that makes sense.
FCI is going between Acclaim and Data East. That's where my gut tells me, and that's what I think we're going with. Game Tech.
I mean, Put them right at the bottom?
Yeah, it's all Fisher Price, Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
We have a new winner.
Yeah.
Absolute Entertainment is no longer at the bottom of the pile, but LJN is yet to come. HAL America, okay.
There's just no way LJN's going to be the worst.
No, they're not.
They're just not. Like,
They're not the worst.
Wisdom
they're
Tree
not.
exists.
They're the E.T., the video game of Nintendo publishers. Does that make sense as a comparison?
I guess.
Okay, that's fair. I'm going with it.
Jaws is a great game.
See, that's the thing, and that's the one I always pull out. Jaws.
Jaws is
100%
great.
agree. Jaws is a really good
By
time.
the guys who did Wonder Boy, how could you go wrong?
See? All right,
HAL America.
How's up there?
Adventures of Lolo 1, 2, and 3. Great.
Sure.
Air Fortress.
It's okay.
It's okay. Kabuki Quantum Fighter's a winner,
I adore Kabuki Quantum Fighter.
but that's
a dope
mostly
game.
it. We're looking at Defender 2 and Joust and Millipede, which were very
they were okay.
dated. They were solid.
Yeah,
Rollerball.
they're good.
Yeah, Rollerball's pretty good, and Vegas Dream, and that's it. That's actually fewer HAL published games in the system than I expected.
What about Kirby?
Kirby was published by Nintendo. Yeah,
Published, yeah.
yeah. That's what made this tricky, was going by publisher and not by, because like when we did Capcom, we could only give them credit for 1 through 5 because Nintendo published 6, which is wacky.
Yeah.
All right, so HAL only doing these ones. Obviously, I love HAL to death,
Sure.
but where they're at right now, I don't think.
I'd say it's above Data East. That's me personally.
Yeah.
I agree. Above Data East, and I kind of want to say above FCI because the Lolo games are genuine.
Yeah, that
quality,
feels right.
But I don't think they top Acclaim because Acclaim, just from sheer numbers, I think Acclaim tops them on quantity.
Yeah, that feels right. I'm not going to argue too strongly on that. I don't love the Lolo games.
I don't love them either, but I respect them. I think they were quality products.
I genuinely love Kabuki Quantum Fighter. Like, I think that is
Kabuki
a
Quantum
really,
Fighter
really
is
awesome game. So,
Never played it.
oh, it's so good. It's so good.
All right, this
Whipping
is going to be a
hair.
tough one. High Tech Expressions.
Okay.
Now, these are the guys who did like Sesame Street, ABC 1, 2, 3.
I mean,
Win, Lose, or
classics,
Draw.
for sure.
Are they worse than Game Tech?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm looking at the Hunt for Red October, and the fact that there's a Hunt for Red October game
Sean
is
Connery's
enough.
presence on the box is enough. to put
That
them
is
on.
enough. That is enough.
I agree. I agree with that.
He's a handsome man and deserves to be less than 0.
But they don't top Absolute Entertainment, I think.
No.
All right.
I don't think it matters at that point.
Yeah. Once you
There's not a winner in the bunch, but
I played one of those Sesame Street games a lot.
see,
well, there you go.
yeah, you know, like it's
I was playing that one last week. I was kicking my kid's butt. It was great. All right. Hudson Soft. What did Hudson actually publish? Adventure Island 1, 2, and 3, Dino Ricky, Bomberman 1 and 2, Bonk's Adventure, Felix the Cat, Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu, Mendel Palace, Milan's Secret Castle, Princess Tomato, Starship Hector, and Xerxes. That is a lineup right there.
that's pretty.
A lot of really great
That's
Yeah,
big.
That's,
Like
that's quite solid.
as a person who does not like the Bomberman games, like I know I'm in the minority on that. Like it's just not a thing that I've ever really
thing
loved.
is the
Gotta respect it though.
The first 2 Bomberman games for NES were okay,
Yeah.
but first Bomberman was very strange looking and very difficult. It was not multiplayer.
Yeah.
Strange
But still, I mean, that's the Adventure Island games, like
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3.
the craziness of where that series goes and the ties into Wonder Boy, like
Games are
We're just
just American.
just limiting to American games.
in '93.
yeah.
Yeah, just doing American NES games. That's where we're at with this. This is pretty solid.
It's definitely not up at the top, right?
No, because
So,
I mean,
it's
got
not-
some real stinkers now, like Milan's Secret Castle.
It doesn't beat Capcom.
No, doesn't beat Capcom.
Doesn't
beat
beat
Rotorbun.
Culture Brain,
Culture Brain, or Acclaim.
or how I would even say, like, I would rather play. Me personally, I would rather play Kabuki Quantum Fighter over anything that you just listed.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me.
No. I think between HAL and FCI is a pretty good placement.
Yeah.
How do we
that's-
feel about that? Between HAL and FCI, does that work for you?
Above FCI.
Above FCI.
Above FCI,
below
below. Yeah.
All right, cool. Hudson goes there. if I can type it. All right, there we go. Next up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Irem only did 4 rats. All right, Jalico. Ooh, the Jalico junk.
I think it's slightly below Data East, if you ask me. They're
Yeah.
on the same level for me.
Well, they got Maniac Mansion.
That's true. They do have
Maniac Mansion.
They have Pinball Quest.
Bases Loaded, like, was
Yeah.
still pretty dope. Like,
I really
Bases
liked
Loaded.
Bases Loaded
You just have
2.
to get used to being able to hit from the pictures.
Yeah.
Point of view.
Yeah,
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
kind of a wacky way to play it, but once you do, like, it looked really good. It has an excellent novelization in the Worlds of Power, whatever it is that we
Right,
read.
right. They did Shatterhand.
I love Shatterhand.
Yeah.
Shatterhand's dope.
Wampum's pretty good too, if a tad.
It's a tad inappropriate,
But,
for sure. Wampum
That's-
also
yeah,
in
and
the Wonder Boy.
I really like City Connection.
No, City
always liked
Connection's
that.
cool.
Yeah. Oh, and Goal. I had a lot of fun playing Goal. That game's got ridiculously good music. Goal for NES. Decent soccer game. Great soundtrack. One of those weird things. All right, so Jalico. Where are we putting these guys?
I always said Jalico. Is it not Jalico? I said it like Calico. That was where I...
Show of hands. Jalico? Jalico?
It's probably Jalico.
Yeah.
Okay.
It stands for
You're a fool.
The Jalicos have the room.
It's fair.
You're a
Japan Leisure Company. So,
Oh.
That makes sense.
Jalico.
That makes sense.
All right, so we're going above
What do I
Data
know?
East. Are we going above FCI? I kind of want to say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's above...
Batman pushes it for me.
Yeah.
Does it beat Hudson?
I think it does.
Yeah.
I don't think it beats Hal.
Bomberman? Yeah, I would really do it.
I don't think it's better than Hal.
Yeah, I don't think it tops Hal, but I do think it beats Hudson. All right, that's fair. Jalico.
This is the hill I'm dying on today. The Kabuki Quantum Fighter hill is kind of like my line in the sand at the moment. Is there anything better than that?
All right, Kemco and Kemco Seika. Ghost Lion, Kid Clown, Bugs Bunny, Crazy Castle and Birthday.
They were okay.
Crash, Deja Vu, Shadowgate, Spy vs. Spy, Superman.
Not great.
Yeah, that's not spectacular.
Not great.
All right, I don't have a lot to say.
Spy vs. Spy were both fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadowgate and Spy vs. Spy were probably their top tier, so
Ghost Lion kind of isn't that great. I
yeah.
played through it recently, and I would not really recommend it.
I was going to say, I don't even know that
Box
I've
art.
played Ghost Lion.
I know the box art. That's
Sure.
about as far as I go. So
Playing Spy vs. Spy with a friend of mine.
yeah, I remember
Yeah,
playing
Spy versus Spy is
Friends.
cool, for sure. So like it obviously puts them. They're obviously above. Like they're above Game Tech, High Tech, Absolute Tech,
Electro
Electro Tech. They're all just tech games now, right? That's what
Sure,
we're doing.
we're just gonna go tech for all of them.
American. So are they better than Bandai? Yeah, right. Better than Activision?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably,
I'm
like-
probably, but I don't think they cap Data East just from the amount of time I had with Rampage.
Yeah. Like I don't know that you get above.
They're definitely
Does-
not capping FCI.
No.
The question is, do they beat Data East? What do you think?
I was just going to ask, what would you rank TDQ?
TDQ.
TDK, actually.
Oh, TDK?
Yeah.
TDK. I'm not familiar
What
with
did they
TDK.
publish? Are they on the NES?
They published
'Cause-
on the GameCube.
Oh, yeah, we're just ranking
We're
NES.
just doing NES for
Yeah,
right now.
Just
Yeah.
just American NES games. That's all we're publishing. Right. That's all we're ranking now. Ranking GameCube publishers. That'd be a day.
Above Data East, but below FCI is probably.
Yeah, that's I think I'll agree. I'll
Yeah.
agree with that.
Above Data East.
Chemco above Data East. Good job, guys. Go team. All right. Next up, Koei. Oof. Bandit Kings of Ancient China, Gemfire, Genghis Khan, L'Empereur, Nobunaga's Ambition 1 and 2, Romance of the Three Kingdoms 1 and 2, and Uncharted Waters.
I mean, I feel like they made the same game. They just put different titles on it, right? Like, is that crazy? They were just like, we're just gonna do this thing.
I've already heard good things about Romance in the Three Kingdoms.
Yeah, no, sure, like a well-made version
do
of that thing.
They do that thing they do pretty well.
Yeah, no, sure. And if you're into that, but
They don't have a very varied
Right.
So they've got consistent quality, but not a lot of variation. So
Yeah.
I say under Data East.
Under Data East, above Activision.
Activision, just because they have consistent quality.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Feel okay with that.
I'm all right with that.
KOEI. All right.
I mean, this is definitive and important. It does make a difference. So
All right, now
we have to make sure we're correct.
Now we're getting to the real beef here because we're at Konami.
So
Really, this comes down to is Konami taking down Capcom just on NES output?
Now are you combining Konami and Ultra?
We're now Ultra's gonna we're doing Ultra separate.
different, yeah.
If it was Ultra and Konami, it wouldn't be a question. But if it's just Konami, so we've got all three Castlevanias, Contra, Super Contra, and Contra Force. Blades of Steel, Goonies 2.
Wasn't Blades of Steel Ultra though?
No, Blades of Steel was Konami.
Life Force is dope.
Top Gun.
Oh, I see. It was Ultra on the Game Boy.
Right, it was Ultra on the Game Boy.
And I
Yeah.
had the Game Boy.
Stinger.
Yeah, Stinger's dope.
Oh, Konami did Turtles 3. Ultra did 1 and 2, but Konami published Turtles 3 themselves.
Yeah.
Tiny Toon Adventures, that's another winner. Track and Field and Track and Field 2, those are so good too.
Tiny Toon Adventures is really, really good example of how much they were able to get out of that house.
It is. I think they got to go above Capcom, honestly.
I don't know, Mega Man 1 through 5?
But Mega Man 1 through 5 versus Castlevania and Contra, and Life Force and Blades of Steel. And I get Capcom. I'm not like.
Capcom also put out the Disney games too.
The Disney games are dope.
Capcom's got DuckTales and Rescue Rangers and
But are you going back to play? If you're sitting there and you have the option, are you playing Rescue Rangers or Castlevania?
I'm playing Rescue Rangers.
You're playing Rescue Rangers. Sure. I mean, I'm playing Castlevania.
Mega Man, no, it's more Mega Man or Castlevania. Mega Man series or Castlevania comes down to.
And if we answer that question, I'm playing Mega Man.
I'm playing Mega Man.
If you go with
It depends on my mood. I go back and forth. They're both so good, but
I mean, if you have Famicom games like Konami,
if we're throwing Famicom in there, then it's not even.
The main detraction between the two, I would say, is Castlevania 2 simply because it could be a little cryptic.
Yeah, a little cryptic. That's very generous, sir.
Yeah, that's Mega Man, but as long as you find out the pattern.
Yeah. But you're also talking about, with Capcom, you're talking about the Micronics 1942 and Ghosts and Goblins, which are not spectacular.
But Bionic Commando, we didn't mention that.
Right, yeah, we didn't mention Bionic Commando.
It has to be Capcom over
Bionic Commando.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so tough.
No,
Ultra versus Capcom?
If Ultra was combined.
Ultra's going to be up there for sure. But, all right, let's do a show of hands. Who votes Capcom?
Capcom at the top.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who votes Konami?
God, I still got to put
3, 4, 5, 6. Are you kidding me?
Tiebreaker.
Oh, tiebreaker.
Konami. Capcom.
Capcom it is. Okay, tiebreaker.
All right.
Capcom defeats Konami. That was a tough one.
That is.
Close battle no matter what. All
Yeah.
right, back to the where we already did Culture Brain.
Yeah.
Let's go back
Down to the K's.
Down to the K's. Here we are. LJN. Good old LJN. This is a company that definitely gets more flack than they deserve, but they definitely deserve some flack.
They do.
They're not spectacular. They publish a lot of turds, but they publish some decent stuff.
But there's some okay LJN games.
There are.
That.
I love
We
Jaws.
talked about Jaws.
I love Jaws.
Jaws is great. I don't love, but I like the Friday the 13th game.
Gotcha. The sport's kind of fun for light gun games.
Gotcha's.
Friday the 13th, the one with the David Wise soundtrack? Or was that?
Is it?
Yes, yeah, it is. Yep. No, that was Nightmare on Elm Street,
Nightmare on Elm
which was also LJN.
Yeah.
That had a really.
I
cool
don't hate
soundtrack.
the Nightmare on Elm Street game. I don't.
Oh man, and Pictionary soundtrack. You want to talk about soundtracks that go way harder than they need to? The Pictionary soundtrack is like
That's fair.
nuts. That was what, Tim Fallon, I think. Goodness gracious! But they, then
I mean,
got
there
stuff like
is garbage.
TNC Surf Designs. The X-Men game was not good. Roger Rabbit.
I mean, I played it. For what it's worth, I played a ton of those WWF games at the time.
I played
Not good.
Roger Rabbit for hours and I couldn't figure
Had no idea what to
that
do.
game.
But going to Toontown was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
It was so cool. Like, they definitely get more flack than they deserve.
Yeah, and you know what? Karate Kid's the first game I ever beat. I like that game. Also, it's a good soundtrack.
That's a good game.
And also way too expensive. I found a copy out on the floor for the guy who was going to sell it to me for $100. Wow.
No, thank you.
I mean, it was complete, but still.
Cobra Kai as well.
Yeah, that
probably-
might have something to do. All right, so
So they're not beating Capcom or Konami. They're not beating Burger Bund. I don't think they're beating Culture Brain or Acclaim.
Hal, no,
No. Jalico, probably not.
no.
Hudson, no. FCI, no.
No.
Chemco, maybe?
No.
No.
Oh,
Data
man, I was
East?
about to make an argument, but you guys seem pretty sure. So, all right.
Data East.
Maybe Data East.
They put out those Rick and Cuneo games.
Not in America.
Not in America.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right.
I think probably, honestly, I would rather play an LJN game before a Data East game. Like, I think I would pick. I think I might pick like Jaws.
Just NES library.
Maybe. I know it's not a good quality about me. It's not.
Bad Dudes, Heavy Barrel is a good game.
All right, that's
Heavy
fair.
Barrel's
That's
solid.
fair.
Back in NES.
That's fair.
Yeah. No,
right.
you're not wrong.
So above Koei?
No, because Koei at least
Koei did what they did well.
quality game.
Yeah, they
It's
did
just
what they did
repetition.
well. LJN has some good
This
stuff, but they also
is
have
breaking
a
my
lot of
heart. I
bad
don't want to
stuff.
put LJN this low.
I think
don't.
how about above Activision?
Yeah, okay.
Let's do it there.
Pitfall.
Okay.
Right.
Can't
Super Pitfall hurts me so very much. This game
can't go any lower.
I can't go any lower than that.
No.
Look at that. Matchbox published a game. Wow, good for you. Milton Bradley. Milton Bradley had some pretty decent stuff on there. NES Port of California games, Abadox, Cabal, Captain Skyhawk, Jordan vs. Bird, Digger T Rock, Marble Madness, which I loved.
Marble Madness is big. That
Time
game was
Warden World games.
really, really fun.
So all in all, decent. How does Milton Bradley's output compare to LJN's?
It's probably above it. I don't want it to be, but it probably is. I mean, like, can we be a serious podcast if we sit here and try to argue the virtues of LJN over Marble Madness? Like, I just don't feel like we can be serious.
Are we serious?
I don't know that matters at the end of the day, but
Might incur the wrath of James Rolfe.
right, maybe.
He's just gonna barge through the door. Honestly, that'd be fine. I'd like to meet the guy.
That's fine. I'll fight him. Whatever. Isn't he old?
He's like our age.
Is he? Okay.
All right.
Can I take him?
Probably.
All right. Well, then I
guy.
stand by my statement.
All right. Mindscape is up next. What the heck did Mindscape do? Captain Planet, Alfred Chicken, Temple of Doom, Loops,
Dirty Harry? How are you going to skip over Dirty Harry?
Paperboy. Everybody loves
Paperboy's
Paperboy.
alright.
Yes, Paperboy's alright. I feel like that game was. I love the arcade one. I liked the NES one, but
I played that game way more than I should have.
I think everybody did.
Oh my god, we put the shit out of that game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Paperboy for NES is probably Mindscape's claim to fame. I would say that's probably their biggest one on here. I mean, 720 was pretty decent on there, but
Yeah, I'm not.
all right. So
They're not blowing my skirt up.
Are they better or worse than Milton Bradley? They've
I
got
mean,
Paperboy, but I think Marble Madness is a better. That was also an Atari thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that. What a weird connection.
I think definitely below Milton Brad, like, because definitely not Data East, Koei, like definitely not those.
Yeah.
Is it better than LJN?
I don't think so.
I mean, that's kind of like our dividing line now, right?
Right
Like
now,
the
yeah.
LJN scale of like
Yeah,
where.
because LJN is half garbage, half pretty decent, and then
Yeah.
everything under it's like pretty solidly not great.
And so, does Paperboy do enough? Like, give me the list of games again. What else? I don't, because I feel like it's below LJN.
I mean,
do.
we're at 720, Alfred Chicken, Battleship, Captain Planet, Championship Pool.
Yeah, these are all terrible.
Days of Thunder, Dirty Harry. Yeah.
I never played Battleship. I played Super Battleship on Super Nintendo a lot.
Right. But is there a game on that list other than Paperboy that somebody's going to be like, no, you have to play this game?
Yeah,
no.
I think they go.
But LJN has a couple
Activision,
you should play Friday the 13th. It's not great, but you should play it.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll
like,
take Jaws and Friday the 13th and Gotcha over any of those.
yeah, right? Like, all right.
I'm not a Paperboy fan.
All right, I'm feeling a little better about where we are as a society. I don't know why. I'm feeling a little better.
Okay, this is
this
is going to be a hard one. Nintendo.
I mean, there's just no argument that it's at the top.
This is the best argument right here.
I mean, yeah.
There's just no
Marios,
argument.
This is the best argument.
Best
for Nintendo
argument.
right here.
That's the argument.
Ice Hockey, Kid Icarus, Kirby's
best
Adventure, Zelda.
Yeah, like first-party Nintendo-published games.
Here's the thing.
Punch Out.
I would argue that we could
Pro-Am.
almost get Nintendo to the top if we ignored their first-party stuff and just looked at the third-party, the stuff that they published they didn't develop.
Final Fantasy 1, right?
Final Fantasy 1, Dragon Quest, RC Pro-Am, like
Snake Rattle and
Nintendo
Rolls.
published
Snake-
Final Fantasy?
yeah,
They did.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could almost get
And
there.
Dragon Warrior. An Excite Bike.
Yeah,
Short order and explode.
Kirby's Adventure, if we're not counting HAL.
Star Tropics.
Yeah.
Of course, the Mario games. Let's not forget Urban Champion.
Urban Champion,
Champion.
that's the one.
Top 10.
Sold across the...
So Capcom does not beat Nintendo, correct?
No, it just doesn't.
Yeah.
It just...
Got to agree.
And this is what I was actually thinking about last night as I was laying in bed drifting off to sleep was, is anything going to be Nintendo? Right?
That was-
like, it just... Because it just seems so obvious.
It does. And
But
I
every now and
think-
again when we do these lists, the obvious choice, what seemed obvious at the start, doesn't end up being the thing that we go with.
And I think that if we were to combine Ultra and Konami, they might give them a run. But
I mean, even then...
I don't know, because there's nothing. Is there anything that Nintendo put out that's not great?
Urban Champion.
Well, other than Urban Champion.
But that's it. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty
really...
Wasn't that great also.
Which one?
That game's awesome.
I'm
NES
sure...
Open, yeah, NES Open was pretty cool. It's got Mario and pinstripes.
But even if you put Ultra with Konami,
Yeah, I
right?
think
Like
it's
you're
more of a
adding
conversation.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you're adding Metal Gear, which we'll get to. But like, does that go up? Does that take it above Zelda, Metroid, and the Mario games? Like, I mean, just with those three,
Yeah, you're right.
like
you're right.
it's just
Kid Icarus and Star Tropics.
Kid Icarus, Star Tropics, RC Pro-Am,
Yeah, love
RC goddamned Pro-Am, Chris.
Rad.
I'm trying. We're in
goddamn
public,
nice.
so I'm trying. It's very hard for me to censor myself as much as I am right now.
All right, we might.
I'd like to say it's because my kids are here, but that would be lying to all of you, and I wouldn't do that. So,
Pretend we're not even here.
All right, we've
but
only
I-
got 15 minutes left.
Oh my
We're
God.
we're doing okay.
are we? Okay.
Ocean Software.
Chris.
Oh, we can. All right.
It's the last battle.
Oh, all right. Well, let's put our feet up.
Rank them all.
In that case, we're doing Super NES after this. Where you guys got to be?
All right, Ocean Software. It's got the Addams Family games, Cool World, Darkman,
Oof.
Jurassic Park,
Nope.
Lethal Weapon,
Nope.
RoboCop 3, and Untouchables.
Swing and a miss. Those are bad. Those are like bad games.
Those are bad. There's like
Cool properties, but just bad games.
I like
overall.
the Super Nintendo Jurassic Park. I didn't
Sure,
like the NES.
I like the Genesis Jurassic Park, but we're not talking about those.
No, we're not. Different conversation entirely. All right.
I mean, so they're below LJN for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Are they below Mindscape?
I think so. I feel like I remember saying at least one thing in Mindscape being like, yeah, I like that game.
Are they above Activision?
Yeah, I think that's a good spot for it.
In between Mindscape and Activision?
They're better than
Ocean is
Activision.
in there?
Okay, sure. I'm not hard to convince.
No, I know. That's what I like about you. That's why I've had such a long friendship.
All right, Romstar. Romstar weirdly did not publish Arkanoids. Let's see, we've got Baseball Stars 2, not the first one. Championship Bowling, Cowboy Kid, Magic Darts, Rally Bike, Thunder and Lightning, Twin Eagle, and World Champ.
Those are terrible too, right?
I don't know enough about them to be perfectly honest. I think they're just staggeringly mediocre. So,
I feel like that has to go right below Ocean, above Activision. That feels right.
Yeah, I agree.
Or I could be convinced to put it lower than that.
What do we think? Is
Ocean? Like Thunder and Lightning is a cool, like calm kind of like.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that one.
All right, that's fair.
And a darts game. That's actually really interesting. How many darts games do you know?
That's fair.
Valid point.
That's fair. All right, Romstar above
Romstar
Ocean.
beats Ocean. All right.
Rock beats Scissors.
SNK.
Only 4? Or no? I'm sorry.
That's SETA. They only did 3.
Sorry.
SNK. We've got Alpha Mission, Athena, which is Baseball Stars. The
Baseball Stars is dope.
Crystallis. Yeah, Guerrilla War. I always love that one.
Yeah.
Akari Warriors 1 and 2.
I like Akari Warriors. I like it.
Iron Tank is good.
Yeah, Iron Tank's good. Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf.
Fighting Golf. If you are fighting your golf.
Mechanized Attack. POW, I love that game.
Yeah.
And Touchdown Fever. All right, SNK is high quality, I think. All in all, pretty decent quality here.
Minus that Athena.
Yeah, Athena was bad, and I think the first Akari Warriors was pretty trashy.
Yeah.
But they kind of cleaned it up a bit for the second one. And the third one, SNK did themselves.
Yeah.
Pimp it out to my Chronics. Okay. Wow, where does this one go?
I feel like
it goes right near Acclaim.
Yeah, I was going to say above HAL, but below Acclaim. That felt kind of right in there because I feel like that beats the Kabuki Quantum Fighter bar.
It crosses that threshold in overall quality.
I think so.
Yeah, but I don't think it quite gets to.
I would take SNK over Acclaim personally.
Yeah.
Maybe above.
Yeah,
I think you've got a good point. Yeah, Baseball Stars is really
Baseball Stars. Yeah.
As much as I love Double Dragon 2 and 3.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Do they beat Double Dragon 2 and 3 and all 3 Resident Warriors games is the question. I don't know how I feel about that. Let me take another look at this list. SNK. I mean, I've gone back to those Wizard Warriors games so many more times than I have. POW is very good. I can't in good conscience do it. I feel like it's got to go beneath Acclaim.
I would agree. I feel like we have to disagree with the audience here, but when you
it's close.
POW was a great game, but SNK games on the Nintendo weren't necessarily hold up.
Not always. They had their own. They're definitely shadows of their arcade counterparts for sure.
I think at the end, like if you really, for us, just like our sensibilities as gamers, the Wizards and Warriors franchise is kind of the separator between those two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Like SNK is good, but I think I would rather take, and I mean Double Dragon 2 and 3, but the Wizards and Warriors I think is what pushes it over the top.
This is a company I am not familiar with at all. I've not played any of their games. Casino Kid 1 and 2, Dragon Fighter, Clash Ball, and Wall Street Kid are by Soffle.
What is this?
Soffle?
Casino Kid 2, Dragon Fighter, Clash Ball, and Wall Street Kid.
Like, I know the name Wall Street Kid.
Dragon Fighter is like a legit really good game.
Okay.
Is it?
By Natsume?
Yep, yeah, that was by Natsume.
Very rare though, like very expensive to buy, but
yeah. I feel like this is in the below LJN range.
What do you think?
Wherever you put Romstar, I would put them around there.
Okay.
Above Ocean?
Above Ocean.
Does this
Above Ocean.
That game alone is enough to outdo Ocean's catalog?
Do they top Romstar?
Do they top Romstar?
Romstar was
That's a tough one.
Baseball Stars 2, not the first one. Championship Bowling, Cowboy Kid, Magic Darts,
Thunder and Lightning.
Thunder and Lightning, and Twin Eagle.
That's a tough one.
I think that's it, like 6 in one, half
6
dozen in the other.
Yeah, I'm going to put it below because that's where my cursor is right now. That's going to be the deciding vote.
That's fair.
Depends on how much you like video game gambling.
Exactly.
And I love gambling. I am a degenerate gambler, which is why I don't go. But I mean,
When have you ever gambled in your life?
I don't tell you everything about my life. You're a child.
All right, next up we've got Sony.
Tell you when you're
Actually
older.
enough to understand.
Sony ImageSoft actually published 5 games. Bram Stoker's Dracula, Cliffhanger, Hook, Hudson Hawk, Last Action Hero.
I mean, those are not good. Those are not good games. Hook on the Super Nintendo is pretty good, and then that Skyblazer one that I was playing.
Skyblaze is great.
That game's great, but on the NES,
output? I'm looking at the bottom here.
Hope for the NES was a terrible game.
yeah, Hook for the NES is terrible. Last Action Hero is. I mean, I love that movie way more than I probably should, but you know,
What did Absolute do again?
right? Like it's. I love when he walks by the Sylvester Stallone billboard. I love his movies. Like, it makes me so happy.
All right, are any of those games better than A Boy and His Blob?
Are any of those better than A Boy in His? No, right?
No.
They're just not.
I think they're not.
As
I agree.
crazy as A Boy in His Blob is, and as broken, it's still fun to mess around and be like, oh, he's a trampoline now. I don't know what to do with it, but he's a trampoline now.
It's not necessarily broken, it's just obtuse as hell.
Yeah.
So now the conversation is: are they better or worse than High Tech Expressions or Game Tech?
Yeah, I mean, those were...
They were pretty schlocky, even by game show video game standards. So.
Yeah. I think... Yeah.
All right, I like
Low
it.
absolute.
I'm in. Sorry,
Above.
Sony. Boy, Sony got better, huh?
Sony got way better. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't think going from like the NES Hook to God of War. But I mean, you spend enough money. That really just goes to... Like, money fixes all problems. It's really pretty simple. Like, it's just throw money at it.
All right, here's another heavy hitter. Sorry, Square only published 2. King's Knight and Red Racer 2. That was it.
Yeah.
Japan only games count.
No,
Just North America.
just North America. Because if we were
Yeah, no, fine.
including worldwide, that would have been a whole different conversation.
And we've got 7 minutes, Chris.
All right.
I know Ryan said go longer, but I don't know if he meant it.
Sunsoft, one of my favorites.
Sit
Sunsoft
right here. It's a lot of pressure.
is some serious bang for your buck here. Batman and Return of the Joker, Blaster Master, one of my all-time favorites. Fester's Quest, Freedom Force, Gremlins 2, which is surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Journey to Silius,
Which is great.
Lemmings, Platoon, Sky Kids, Spy Hunter, Super Spy Hunter, and Xenophobe.
They're up there high, man.
They're up there high. I love Sunsoft games.
And like after just going back and playing through, what was that now? A month ago, 3 weeks ago, playing through Batman again.
That game holds up.
That game's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Once you get it, it's got that weightiness to it. Like there's a weird. It's a great game. So they're above SNK,
Yeah,
Right.
They're above SNK. They're above
Acclaim,
They're
above Culture Brain.
and I think they're above Broderbund personally. I don't think
so.
they can tackle Konami, but I do think they
Yeah, I
belong.
think I would put them below Capcom. Well, I apologize to Insta. What did you like about Burger Buns? Wizard, Battle of Olympus?
Legacy of the Wizard,
Yeah.
Battle of Olympus, Spelunker, love Spelunker.
Yeah.
Didn't they put out this coming San Diego games on the Nintendo as well? Or no?
I think Konami handled that one actually.
Yeah.
I think.
So if
yeah,
we're talking right now, we've got Nintendo, Capcom, Konami.
I think
Sunsoft
goes
kind of
up.
fits right.
Yeah.
That feels right.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Sunsoft right after Konami. I like it. Ooh, another good one. Taito. Arkanoid, Bubble Bobble 2, Demon Sword, Dungeon Magic. This is a long list. I'm not going to read all these.
I played a ton of elevator action.
Yeah,
I played a ton
of Bubble Bobble. Love the NES port of Arkanoid. Had its own flipping controller for crying out loud.
I like the Legend of Kage quite a bit. Little Samson is not worth the money that it costs, but it is
a
an
very
outstanding
good game.
game.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I really
Power
like
Blade's
that game.
pretty darn good.
I like Power Blade a
Great
lot.
port of Kicks.
Power Blade's so cool.
They published Renegade.
Renegade is a cool game.
Just sit just below Sunset. Sunsoft?
Wrath of the
Yeah.
Black Manta.
I put it above.
I think it's above Sunsoft. Yeah, I
I
do.
don't know, man.
I do.
This is my personal device. I'm such a Blaster Master fanatic, but sheer quantity, though, I think you're probably right. They beat them just on numbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. You're right. I hate to say it, but you're right. Breaking my heart here.
I know.
All right, you're right.
And what is it? Does and maybe this is like me being a bad gamer right now, but what is Taito? They don't do.
They're owned by Square now.
They're owned by Square,
Yeah.
but there's nothing like that comes out under that label anymore, right?
Yeah, pretty much anytime they do a Space Invaders or that Arkanoid. Yeah, there you go. That's true. Man, Arkanoid vs. Space Invaders was really good.
That is a
I like
dope
that
game.
one on my
I
phone.
like that.
That was really fun. All right, Taxan, which is totally not Naxat backwards. Eight Eyes, Boar-Eye Fighter, Fist of the North Star, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, Low G-Man, Magician, Mappyland, Mystery Quest, and Star Soldier.
Those are some pretty decent games.
Yeah, some solid quality. Nothing that I'm
Nothing-
backwards for.
And I feel like is any of that better than Kabuki Quantum Fighter, or does it kind of slot right after? Right,
No, I don't think it
not
ties.
better than Hal.
Not better than Hal.
Better than Jalico. Better than FCI.
Probably better than FCI just on quantity.
Better than Hudson. Feel like maybe right under Hudson.
Yeah, I think right under Hudson.
Yeah.
Under Hudson, above
feels good.
FCI?
That feels good. That feels good.
So my first band was called RCI. So like every time we say it, like I'm like, oh, you're talking about me? No, you're not. It's fine. It's all right.
Ooh, okay. Now we got another real fun one. We got Tecmo. Tecmo.
The Ninja Gaiden series.
Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3. Rygar. Solomon's Key and Fire and Ice. Tecmo Bowl. Tecmo Baseball.
Oh, Tecmo Bowl, man.
But that's kind of it right
It's about the
there.
only football game I enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tecmo Bowl's great. And they did Tecmo Super Bowl too, which was also great. Their basketball was okay. I really like Tecmo Baseball, even though it's cheap as heck. I loved Solomon's Key. I thought Fire and Ice was a great follow-up with amazing animation. Never played Bad News Baseball. Mighty Bomb Jack, but those Ninja Gaiden games. Those are
Ninja Gaiden and Rygar
Yeah,
are
Ninja
like-
Gaiden and Rygar and Tecmo Bowl put these guys way up top.
So
Better
All
or
right.
worse than Sunsoft?
Yeah, I think that's the question. Do they beat Sunsoft? Because I think they beat everything up to that point. Because Broderbund's the next one down, and I think they got to beat Broderbund. Do they beat Sunsoft?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking Ninja Gaiden is so.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Ninja Gaiden. As much as I love Blaster Master, you got. Yeah, I think. Do they beat Taito?
Yeah, I like that. That one's hard because I think Taito made overall better games, but when you go back to that Taito list, there's
Was there
not.
anything on here that we were as excited about it as we just were talking about Tecmo Bowl like a minute ago?
No,
Tecmo Bowl,
that's
Ninja
what I was just
Gaidens?
going to say. Like Ninja Gaiden is like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but like when you think of like the pillars of the NES,
Yeah.
right? Ninja Gaiden feels like it's in that conversation.
It's like it goes up there with the Castlevanias and the Mega.
Right,
Mans
you
for
talk
me.
Castlevania.
I would argue Tecmo Bowl's right up there as one of them.
I absolutely agree.
And-
Tecmo Bowl is one of those console-defining games. So I
So
do
like
think they beat Taito. personally.
Legend of Kage, while a cool ninja game.
How many title games get updated with modern NFL rosters?
That's true. I mean, as far as stuff we talk about today, Bubble Bobble, it's great, but I think Tecmo tops them personally.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would personally play Taito games first. Like, I think I would go back and play Power Blade and like Little Samson, and even that Flintstones game is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You know. All right, that feels
Yeah,
good.
I think that's where it goes. I think it beats Taito, but just it's the slimmest of margins.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. What we got left?
not much.
Not much. Tengen, we're going to hit Tengen in a bit because they're the unlicensed one. They have a whole other list down at the bottom.
Yeah.
THQ. I don't think THQ did much. No. Oh, no. Oh,
It's
this
not
is-
good.
This This isn't good. All right, we got Rocky and Bullwinkle, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Peter Pan and the Pirates, The Great Waldo Search, Home Alone 1 and 2, James Bond Jr., Ren and Stimpy Buckaroos, Swamp Thing, Videomation. That's the Tommy Tallarico joint.
Yeah, hey, love him.
Wayne Gretzky Hockey, Wayne's World,
Just because of that.
and Where's Waldo? Wow.
That is a garbage list.
Oh, that's bad.
That is just the hottest of the... Again, money fixes everything. THQ's a gigantic publisher now. You just buy a bunch of stuff, and you're good.
All right, better or worse than Sony?
God, I think it's right there.
Worse than Sony.
Yeah, I think you're right. The Wayne's World game alone is just kind of making me itch. So,
Yeah.
all right. But do they still beat high-tech expressions in game tech?
Yes. I mean, when you're talking Fisher-Price games, like, I mean, they had the balls to publish a Swamp Thing game when, I mean, who was asking for a Swamp Thing game? Right? Even when the movie came out, nobody was like, I love Swamp Thing. How do you make a Swamp Thing game? Not well, right?
Not well.
So, okay. But they did. They did.
They took their shot. All right, here we go. This is another good one. Probably solid middle tier. We've got Trade West.
Okay.
Trade West gave us Battletoads, which Dan and I have recently talked a lot about. Battletoads being a much more interesting game than it is good. It's got amazing music and a lot of great stuff and awesome visuals, but it's not that fun to play, ultimately. Battletoads and Double Dragon, Indie Heat, the original Double Dragon, just the first one. High Speed, which I'm unfamiliar with. Super Off-Road, which is great. John Elway's Quarterback, Magic Johnson Fast Break, RC Pro-Am 2, which is also great. Solar Jetman, which is pretty good. And Taboo, The Sixth Sense.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty decent. So
It's pretty decent.
I feel like that's above HAL,
I think so, too.
above SNK, maybe.
Baseball Stars.
We should have had like a whiteboard. Yeah, another thing for the list, right? Whiteboard for next year. Oh, it's over there.
I don't think they beat Acclaim, because Acclaim did Double Dragon 2 and 3.
Right, and that's
just straight up Double Dragoning. The first one was only
I usually am straight up Double Dragoning.
First one's only one player.
My kids are here.
Double Dragon.
Careful.
So above
Very different show with the
between
children
Acclaim and
involved.
SNK. Between Acclaim and SNK.
Yeah,
that's how we
between
feel
it,
about that?
I think so. That feels about right.
Okay, we're coming up on the list here. We're getting close. Ultra Games. We
All right.
finally made it to Ultra Games. Base Wars, Defender of the Crown, Gyrus, Kings of the Beach, Metal Gear, Mission Impossible, Nightshade, Pirates! There's an exclamation point.
No, yeah.
Cubert, Roller Games, Silent Service, Skate or Die, Ski or Die, Snake's Revenge, Star Trek 25th Anniversary, Ninja Turtles 1 and 2, and that's it. That's Ultra.
For me personally, you know that I would put this at number one just based on Metal Gear. So I am not an objective person in this conversation, but I feel like this has to be pretty high on the list.
All right, so do they beat Capcom? I think no, because they don't beat Konami.
God, man, no.
I don't think they beat Tecmo, because as much as I love those games, none of those are Ninja Gaiden.
I mean, but Metal Gear.
The next one on the list was Taito. Did they beat Taito? No. Did they beat Sunsoft? I don't think so either.
I don't even want to be here anymore. This is like really upsetting.
Look, we're just talking about the NES port of
I feel
Metal
like this is a personal
The
attack.
NES port of Metal Gear is great, and so is Ninja Turtles.
I feel Ultra had too many like PC ports, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I mean, there's some not good stuff here. Like I get that.
Some of this stuff isn't. They
Like
ported
Silent
Cubert.
Service and Pirates, I think are pretty bad games personally.
But
Yeah,
like,
I agree. But
how much
Cubert-
time did you put into Skate or Die?
How much time did I put into Skate or Die?
Like a ton of time,
So,
right?
Yeah, Skate or Die, Metal Gear, and Snake's Revenge.
It's better than Nintendo. I stand by it. It's better. It's at the very top of the list. Very top.
And we're talking Turtles 2.
I mean, but Tecmo's so high because Ninja Gaiden is in like
Yeah.
that's 3 games. So you have Metal Gear and Ninja Turtles 2.
Yeah,
And
like
the third one you can put in the
no,
that would get it above that.
there's
There's
not.
definitely not.
I want there to be.
I can't put it above Tecmo. I feel like it goes between Sunsoft and Broderbund.
It's below Sunsoft, right?
How do we feel about it? Is it above Sunsoft or below Sunsoft? Ultra Games.
Below Sunsoft.
The room is spoken, Dan.
I know.
The room is spoken.
I don't know. I think I'm agreeing with Dan. Just
Thank you.
Above Sunsoft.
I mean, I want it above Suns. I mean,
Come on,
Metal Gear is so.
The licensed games that they had also is just too impossible to beat in my opinion.
I mean,
It's all right. I'll take.
it's close. I do think it's close. But like, if I'm choosing between playing the NES Metal Gear versus Blaster Master, I'm going Blaster Master every time. Personally,
Yeah,
it is a
no,
great
it's-
port of Qbert for sure.
It
And I
is
love
great.
me some Skate or Die. I think it's just underneath.
Where did we
Yeah.
go with Tengen? I didn't.
We haven't gotten to them yet. We're gonna there since they're listed as an unlicensed one. I'm going through the Wikipedia list to get all the names. So we'll get to Tengen. That's going to be an interesting conversation too. Vic Tokai.
Yeah, Go 13. Just
Yeah.
Yep, Golgo 13.
Golgo 13, Clash of Demon Head,
Bump and Jump.
Cryon Conquest.
Crying, that's a good game.
That game's great. That game's awesome.
Where do we put Vic Tokai?
I think below SNK.
It's
somewhere.
exactly
Yeah,
where I was going. That's
yeah.
exactly where I was going. Right between SNK and HAL, I think.
I think I would put it above HAL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think so.
All right, that was easy. Easier than I thought. And the last officially licensed one goes to Virgin Interactive for Caesar's Palace. Color a Dinosaur. That was the Tommy Calorie.
I do love coloring dinosaurs. That is like love coloring dinosaurs.
Disney's The Jungle Book. Greg Norman's Golf Power.
Golf Power.
Nick
We had
Kidd's
Fighting Golf
Overlord,
and Golf Power.
Prince of Persia and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
No, those are hot garbage.
Yeah, this is not a good look.
No, that's low on the list.
All right, they beat Sony for sure. I think they
Yeah.
beat Sony. Do they beat Absolute and Boyness Block?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think they beat Electro
Prince of
Brain.
Persia.
No.
Prince of Persia was interesting.
Yeah, Prince of Persia's
Persia was
good.
pretty darn interesting. So I don't think they quite get past Electro Brain.
All right. And so that brings us to the last one, right, where we have the unlicensed.
All
Right? I mean, or do we even
These are
include the
homegrowns.
unlicensed?
Well, let's talk about the big ones, like your American Video Entertainment. They was Impossible Mission 2, Rad Racket, Pyramid. I mean,
Yeah,
this is bad stuff.
This is not good.
Yeah, no, it's really bad stuff. The question is, how much worse is it than Game Tech and or high tech expressions?
I mean, probably like on the same level, I would say.
The thing about the Game Tech games is that they are functional.
That's fair.
You
So-
turn them on, and then they work as video games.
So that
Which
probably
I can't-
puts.
Yeah, I think I want to put American Video Entertainment at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they beat them out. So American Entertainment. What else we got? I'm gonna go ahead and
No.
skip that one. Comerica, that's a name I know. Oh yeah, they did B-52, Big Nose the Caveman, Micro Machines, pretty good.
But that's it.
Quattro Adventure, yeah.
Like Stunt Kids, Ultimate Stuntman. None of that stuff was
Fantastic
good.
Dizzy. They did the first Dizzy here in America.
Yeah. I mean, that's all kind of right in that area too. I feel like all of these are just going to kind of end up.
I don't think they top THQ, but I do think they beat High Tech Expressions and Game Tech.
Probably
Just because of Micro
Machines was all right.
Micro Machines
It was
a pretty
okay.
decent game.
Yeah.
You know,
But I don't think they're getting any higher than that.
no.
So there's Comerica. Not quite in dead last. Color Dreams. Oh boy. Captain Comic, Baby Boomer, Challenge the Dragon, Crystal Mines, Master Chu, and Drunkard Who.
That is. I don't know. Like, I'm going to be honest. I don't know any of this stuff.
Robo Demons.
I don't know any. Like,
know
I
a
can't even
handful of
speak
these.
to it.
I know Captain Comic.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Color Dreams and Wisdom Tree were kind of part and parcel of the same thing. But since they were different labels, I'm gonna do Wisdom Tree last.
Because like, wasn't a lot of the games like Wisdom Tree made just Color Dreams games kind of rebranded and edited to have Bible themes?
Some of them were indeed that. Yeah, they were Bibleized Color Dreams games.
Yeah, Bibleized sounds quite violent.
Are they worse?
No, Bibleized.
It's pretty violent.
Like, you're not wrong.
And I don't know that they're worse than American Video Entertainment, but I think maybe they are.
I mean, I've at least heard of a couple of those. Like, Color Dreams has gotta hit the bottom.
Yeah, Color Dreams.
Anybody gonna fight us on that one? Color Dreams being at the bottom?
No. You know what? A little bit, just because Crystal Mines, it's very simple. It feels more like an Atari level game.
Okay.
But it's not terrible. Like, you can have a few minutes of fun with it. Like,
and that's not nothing. That's not nothing.
It's almost nothing,
but it's not nothing.
But it's not.
All right, yeah, I'll take it.
I feel bad. I keep getting close, and the little green light keeps turning red because I'm too loud.
But Evan will edit it out for us.
Oh, will he? Okay.
He's good at that.
Is he?
I am unfamiliar with this group, so I think the only other one we really have to talk about is Tengen. Tengen's Tengen's a bit of a thing here. They've got some decent stuff.
Yeah,
I've never played a bad Tengen game. RBI Baseball was my childhood.
Yeah, like RBI Baseball is a good game.
Not terrible ports of Fantasy Zone.
That Shinobi's game is alright.
Shinobi's not bad. Gauntlet's alright. Their Tengen Tetris was great.
I mean, so that really, I think, is the.
Wasn't Tengen Tetris 2-player?
Yeah, Tengen Tetris had the 2-player mode.
Tengen Tetris alone has to put it. Like, it's got to put it up pretty high.
It was Nintendo for what they did to that.
Yeah.
Technically, they were in the right, but they didn't, because they weren't producing. They weren't producing horrible quality games. I understand they did not want the video game crash to happen again, but they
sure,
were producing good stuff.
Exactly, they were producing decent stuff.
So does Tengen Tetris put it above HAL? No, like Tengen Tetris, RBI, Baseball, Shinobi.
I think the real question is put it above Jalico. Are we pitting RBI Baseball against Bases Loaded? And then they've got Shinobi and they've got Tengen Tetris.
I think it's in this general, and maybe
I think we're
above Jalico, below HAL.
Yeah, I think
does that feel?
I think that's where they belong. I can get behind that.
All right.
I don't think they top HAL, but I do think they beat Jalico. And that just
and we're only 13 minutes over time.
That just leaves Wisdom Tree.
They're the worst.
No, Wisdom Tree's got to go at the top.
That's right.
Beat Nintendo. No, yeah, I think Wisdom Tree is absolutely the worst.
They're just not even functional games.
They're terrible.
Like at the end of the day, they're bad. I mean, I love the titles.
Does anybody have any problem with us putting Wisdom Tree at the very bottom of the list?
I love my shirt.
Yeah,
it is a way better T-shirt that I have, of the Bible Buffet T-shirt, than an actual anything else.
All right, then we've done it.
You know what? I don't really know enough about them, but I've heard people say that Wisdom Tree's games are slightly better than Color Dreams. Like, they put a little more effort to it. Like, they have that one game, that Zelda clone, Joshua. Looks
Yeah.
Okay.
Exodus, I have had fun with Exodus. I won't lie and say that I turned that game on and I had some fun with it.
I'm good with it.
Bible Buffet is just such a great name for a game.
It's such a good name.
They do have the absurdity angle going for them, so I don't think they beat Game 2.
I mean, I don't think they were going for an absurdity angle. They were very serious about what they were doing. But, it's just swing and a miss, guys. But.
All right, so we'll put them above American Entertainment and Color Dreams, but do they top Game Tech?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
All right,
we've made our list.
Give me a list.
Go. Bottom to top, worst to best NES publishers: American Entertainment, Color Dreams, Wisdom Tree, Game Tech, High Tech Expressions, Camerica, THQ, Sony ImageSoft, Absolute Entertainment, Virgin, Electrobrain, American Sammy, Bandai, Activision, Ocean, Suffle, Romstar, Mindscape, LJN. Really surprised me how LJN made it up there.
LJN at number 19 on the list, I think.
Milton Bradley, Koei, Data East, Chemco, FCI, Taxan, Hudson, Jellico, Tengen, HAL, Vic Tokai, SNK, Trade West, Acclaim, Culture Brain, Broderbund, Ultra Games, Sunsoft, Taito, Tecmo, Konami, Capcom, Nintendo.
42 publishers, right? Did I count right?
Yep, 42.
42.
And that's it. We did it. How does everybody feel about that list? Thumbs up?
Anything wrong? Did you screw up?
All right, we did it. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. That is our show. Thanks for joining us live again, everybody. If you've enjoyed us here today, please join us again next week on our regular virtual channels for what we call the 10, 20, 30, 40, where Dan and I discuss every month notable game releases from the month that we're in that came out 10, 20, 30, and 40 years ago. And August is looking pretty beefy, so it should be a fun episode. We are on most social media platforms, and if you want to get in touch with us, we aren't difficult to find. All it takes is a quick look at our show notes, or come up in here and get a business card. You'll see links to our social media accounts, as well as all other manner of fun stuff like our namesake, StoneAgeGamer.com, the Geekade Patreon, which helps us keep the show running week after week, and more useful links than you can shake a joystick at. This show's theme song, which you guys didn't hear, but I promise is very good, is called Squared Roots. It was written by Banjo Guy Ollie. You can learn all about his wonderful music and more by following a link to his YouTube channel, also in our show notes. And finally, as always, we'd like to thank our intrepid editor, Evan, who is not here, but he will be editing this and making it listenable for all you folks. We'd like to thank all you folks for listening in the first place. This is Dan. I am Kris. We are from Stone Age Gamer, the Stone Age Gamer podcast. Thanks for coming, everybody. And on behalf of the two of us, keep playing games.